flock like a shepherd. Here to receive our offering tonight is Pastor Lyndon Allen, and Lyndon is the CUFI regional coordinator, which makes him responsible for a 20-state area, 2 of which are Iowa and Illinois. He also pastors Woodmont Bible Church in Nashville, Tennessee. And he is one busy guy. He flies out of here at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning for a meeting in Texas. Please help me welcome Pastor Lyndon Allen.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for that warm greeting. The Quad Cities, let me tell you, you look beautiful from the air. Those trees look absolutely stunning. It just reminds me of how gracious our God is to just give us such a wonderful landscape at which to look. He's also given us a wonderful people to support, and that is the Jewish people. The rabbi tonight gave attention to Psalm 122. Thank you, Rabbi Karp, for doing so. We are to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. That is part A of that verse. Part B says, may they prosper those who love you. But I don't want to appeal to your personal prosperity for sowing into Israel, though that is true, though the Lord does bless us for doing so. I'd like you to skip over to Zechariah chapter 8, verse 2. Wherein it says, the Lord speaking through Zechariah, I am zealous with great zeal for Zion. I am zealous for her. 3 times, 1 verse, zealous, zeal, zealous. You hermeneutical students out there, you know the law of first mention. When God mentions something the first time, you listen. When he says it the second time, you really pay attention. But in one tight verse, 3 times the Lord expresses his deep desire and passion for Zion and the people of Zion. If you want to touch God's heart, give unto that which burns within him. That's what's most important. And in so doing, yes, he blesses us, but the key blessing is blessing him and ministering unto his heart. When you give to Christians United for Israel and in this event, you'll be giving to something that, yes, you saw how we participate in events such as the absorption centers for those who are making aliyah to Israel. But this past summer, 51 pastors made their way to Israel during wartime. 1 from each state and 1 from the District of Columbia. And no, it wasn't the President of the United States. Much on that later. You can talk to me about that after the meeting. But Christians United for Israel is so committed to standing with Israel and the Jewish people, not only here, but it's one thing to stand for Israel here, but it's an entirely different thing to stand with them in the land. And you contribute to those kind of events. It was a market event in the hearts of the people when we arrived as 50 pastors. I represented Tennessee. Don McGarvey represented Iowa. When we arrived, we were on one of the only tourists around, but there was one other tourist bus who wound up at Sderot, as did we. And that bus was a bus filled with American Jews who said, we don't care, we're coming. And they said, you're like us, you don't care either. Exactly. We don't care what the cost is, because we had no idea that a ceasefire would commence when we got there. And the ceasefire ended when we left. That's our God. That's our God. That's our God. So, ladies and gentlemen, dig deep in your hearts. Not just your wallets, but dig deep in your hearts for our God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Jewish people gave us the word we hold dearly. The Jewish people gave us spiritual blessing. We should bless them materially. I thank you for your time.